Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 702.5 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
This is Hot 702.5.
Come talk shit and politics with Kristie J from the Chisholm Report every Saturday at 10 a.m. on hot7025fm.com.
Hi. Hey. What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled. This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars. On hot7025fm.com.
It's Kristie J from the Chisholm Report. You're tuned in to Hot 702.5.
Yeah, election time's coming. Who you gonna vote for? Yeah, if I was president, I'd get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday. If I was president, yeah. Instead of spending billions on the war, I can use that money so I can feed the poor. Cause I know some so poor. When it rains, that's when they shower, scream and fight the power. That's when the vulture devours. If I was president, I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday. If I was president, yeah. I know some soldiers that sleep but they can't dream. Wake up with screams, sounds of M16. So take this medal of honor for your bravery. I wish you the best, kid. You and your family. If I was president, I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday. If I was president, but the radio won't play this. They call it rebel music. How can you refuse it? Children of Moses, tell the children the truth. It's not all that bling that's diamond. Tell them the truth. Most of y'all wear cubic zirconium. Tell them the truth, yeah. Your soul is worth more than diamonds.
If I was president, all blacks, I have reparation, no segregation, feed the nation so there's no famine. Muslims, Jews, Christians, with all whole hands every week on the beach. Party by the sand, word up. Take trips on Air Force One. Don't need to bring the homeless with no sneaks to Air Force One. Better schools in the hood, better teachers for the classes, making money, paying no tax. Find the best scientists, tell them come up with an answer. I want the cure for AIDS and cancer, but I gotta watch my back. Snipers on the hill with the steel, waiting to JF kill.
I was president, I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday. If I was president, I feel the rain coming. Let me play my guitar for them right now.
Let's go.
Refugees.
Good morning. Thank you for coming in and spending this time with me. My name is Kristie, and this is the Chisholm Report. I appreciate you coming in every Saturday to be able to spend this time with me. so we can be able to get to a open discussion about our people, how government works, and how we can make it work for ourselves. I first want to just say it is election week, okay? So early voting stopped on the 4th. That was yesterday. Now you are still able to vote. You're able to vote on election day, which is the 8th of November. Okay, your job is supposed to actually give you some time off for you to be able to go vote. So they give you like additional 2 hours so you can go vote. Take advantage of that and go ahead and voice your opinion. Your local elections is where your vote counts. Okay, your local election is the local election is not like the national election for presidency. Okay, when it's dealing with the president, it is your elected officials who you picked this week will be the ones to help us figure out who will be president. Okay, and if you're not casting your vote to them, then they don't know what you want. So we have to be in a position where we're using our right and our power to be able to get what we want. Ronnie Ho quotes, use what you got to get what you want. Okay, so what we have at this moment is our voice, our opinion, and what matters to our household. What we get is being able to voice that gives your elected officials a better understanding of what is needed out of your community, out of your county, out of your city, out of your state. If you don't pick good representatives, then you don't get represented the right way, if that makes sense. Okay, and with that being said, let me say this. Y'all get mad at the wrong shit. Okay, this is my beginning statement to y'all. So, and this is for everyone. Okay, so what you're telling me is that I can show a black man being killed. Okay, we done watched Takeoff, rest in peace Takeoff, where his body is laying on the ground, blood around him. This is not the first time. We've seen this several times. I can show that. Okay, I can do videos, music videos of drugs, murder, rape, okay, sexual explicit. I can show my pussy and my booty hole on camera, and I will not get nowhere near the backlash of someone being able to state something that wasn't their statement. They retweeted. Okay, so what you're saying is that I can't quote Revelations 2:9, even though it's in the Bible. I can't. I can say that I am a man when I was born a woman. I can say that I'm a woman and I'm born a man. I can put things on YouTube for children that are sexually explicit, that talk about depression, gayness, suicide, devil worshiping, depression to children. But I can't say a statement that is actually 100% true, that Jewish people, the people that are in the music industry, that are running the music industry, okay, are of a certain descent. So somebody says, Kristie got that money. She got her hands in everything. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. But you, as a music industry, pushing out to children and teenagers that you want to go to jail, put your Glocks in the air, Percocet, Molly this, all this, whatever. You got all this other stuff out there. But you mad at someone about them stating their own statement. You got so many different platforms that go on and say stuff. You can say the government is feeding on babies' blood, okay? But you can't say that I am the original Jew. So this is where, get the fuck out of here. That's basically what I'm saying, is I'm tired of it. And then what happens with our people? Y'all overlook it. I don't want to be involved in it. I don't have a statement. Or that idiot, that imbecile. You say stuff like that, and that's why we have these issues. So let me go ahead and point out some things. We need to learn how to stop apologizing for being who we are. They don't. Black leaders who have been jailed, stripped of rights, stripped of rewards or winnings, killed, or kicked out of the country. Let's go. Jesse Owens, who is an Olympic winner, was stripped of his medals for giving a power to the people fist to the air. Muhammad Ali, jailed because he would not go with the draft and go fight for this country, to go fight other brown people who never did anything to him. Jackie Robinson, spit on, threatened his life. Okay, refused services, refused to be able to live in, to be able to be housed or eat in different places. Shirley Chisholm, death threats. Shirley Chisholm is the name, is the influence of this show. The first black woman to run for president. She was in Congress and dealing with white men, spitting at her, threatening her, and doing additional things, coming at her sexually. Okay. W.E.D. Du Bois, threatened. Okay. Threatened to lose his credentials. And it moved out of the country. Okay. Medgar Evers, killed. This is a war veteran. This is a secretary of the NAACP. Helped integrate the University of Mississippi. Murdered. Fred Hampton, leader of the Black Panther Party out of Chicago. Murdered. Okay. Harry and Harriet Moore, civil rights activists of the and also a part of the NAACP, bombed and murdered. Malcolm X, Nation of Islam black leader, FBI, murdered. Martin Luther King, face and voice of the civil rights movement, murdered. We allow them to keep doing this to us. Let's talk about the today. Okay, y'all can say what y'all want to, but okay, I'm gonna say this, and I hope there's some arguments. Call in 702-551-5261. You can not like the Amigos or whatever. They are the today's age Bone Thugs and Harmony. They were the different sound. They were the different sound. Okay? Making moves, making differences in their community, trying to be able to, they were integrating with different people and everything else. To lose Takeoff is that is a loss for the culture. Okay? It's just everybody, man. My shirt, he would tell me if he was alive and interactive with me, he would tell me, speak my voice and to say what I want. This is Tupac. When I talk about this, his father, stepfather, Mutullah Shakir, that's why Tupac had to die. You can't let these seeds bloom. As for black leaders, they won't let them. They kill every last one of them. They insult every last one of them. They pull them from leadership. They make them look crazy. They make them be outcast until they quit. Okay, it's to the point where you guys, black people who are in jail today or died in prison behind standing up to the government and trying to do for their people. Wesley Cook, Eddie Goodman, Africa, all of the movement organization, all their names like Janet Holling, Africa, all those people jailed. Okay, Anthony Bottom, I already said Shakur. These are people who are activists who are in jail, okay, behind trying to help lead. The Black Panther Party brought on WIC. If you did not know that, they brought on the early morning breakfasts for children because in their community, the kids weren't getting food. in the morning. So they were making sure they were getting breakfast, lunches, packed lunches. They were making sure that that pregnant women were able to get vegetables and stuff like that, so they can be able to grow their child healthy. Okay, these programs where you're getting this formula and all these additional things to be able to help your family came from the Black Panther Party. It was not a terrorist group who was running around. Now, in every group, there's always a narc. And that's what got in. Someone who was not for the people came in to be able to say, I'm going to give you information for some money. And it's always one of those. It's always one of those. It's heartbreaking. So that's my rant for today for this. I'll get into it more later. I just really wanted to be able to speak on that stuff first so you guys can know where I'm coming from with this show today. In local news, we have, like I said, that on the 8th, you guys can go ahead and vote. We have holiday help from Help of Southern Nevada. If you need help with like toys, food, gift cards, housing help, rent assistance, utility assistance, domestic violence, things like this, or whatever the case may be, homelessness, Help of Southern Nevada is helping for the holiday. You have 1600 East Flamingo Road, and on November the 5th, the 11th, and the 12th, they are doing holiday help for Thanksgiving. If you celebrate it or not, you know what I'm saying? So even if you're just at home and you don't have any food, you can be able to go down there from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. to be able to get some additional help. Okay? And also in December 2nd, 3rd, 9th, and 5th, and 10th. Okay? If you need help, we normally will sit in silence and suffer. Don't do that, especially because your tax dollars are the dollars that actually fund these programs. Go ahead and benefit from your tax dollars. Yesterday, randomly, I went to go get my son a little lineup, and I didn't have much money, and I needed somebody to do it. So I took my son over to Masterpiece Barber College off of Bonanza and Pecos, I believe. And lo and behold, I'm sitting there, and Governor Sisolak walks in the door. I say, Sisolak, what the hell are you doing here? Okay. He said, hey. Okay, and spoke to the barbers and the clients that were there, and basically just, they're trying to get out the vote. They're trying to get more people to come out to the polls and be able to speak to these different organizations to see if they can be able to get them out to vote. I appreciate it. I want everybody to understand that we are very much a commodity to our government. Okay? We are very important to them. So if you're important to someone, you have to push your weight around a little bit. And that's what I'm telling my people to do. I'm actually supporting Sisolak because I don't want Lombardo, the sheriff, to actually win governor. If you have any type of benefits, or you're trying to get education funding, or any of these additional programs that go on today that help the people that don't have as much money, these programs will go away if Lombardo ends up being governor. Okay. So Sisolak was in Masterpiece Barber College, and I appreciate that. Okay. I want to go on to some local news. I'm not sure if you guys have heard, but in Kansas City, they were having an issue where they were having a serial killer and black women coming up missing in this Kansas City area. I want you guys to go ahead and hear the clip.
Jessica McMaster sat in on the court hearing this afternoon. She joins us from Clay County. Investigators say Timothy Hazlitt Jr. kept a woman captive in his basement in a small room he built himself. He's charged with rape and kidnapping. Today, a judge entered a not guilty plea as Hazlitt awaits to be appointed a public defender. Timothy Hazlitt Jr. made his first court appearance Friday afternoon. The bearded 39-year-old is accused of holding a woman captive in his basement for nearly a month until she escaped, knocking on doors Friday morning, pleading for help.
She didn't have much of a voice, so it was more like a light help me.
Lisa Johnson says she looked out her window to see a woman walking up her front stairs in need of help. Johnson called 911.
And as I did, she started to go next door. It frightened her. She told me if I called the cops that he'd kill us both.
Next door is where Sierra Tharp's grandmother lives.
She heard a woman screaming and came knocking on the door, so she opened the door.
Tharp says her grandmother brought the woman inside.
The lady said, "You have to help me. I've been raped. I've been held captive."
Court records reveal at the time of her escape, the victim was wearing a metal collar with a padlock, had duct tape around her neck, and was dressed in a trash bag. The same thing reported by witnesses.
She had a metal dog collar around her neck, and she could see the ligature marks on her wrists. And my grandma sat there and she talked to her and stuff till the police came.
The victim tells investigators she was raped repeatedly and whipped by Hazlitt, handcuffed at the ankles and wrists, and held captive since September. She tells investigators she escaped when Hazlitt took his child to school. Johnson says she's familiar with Hazlitt and his young son.
Nothing that would make somebody's head turn.
But the bruises and marks on Hazlitt's apparent victim, too obvious to ignore.
She was so weak, so weak. And I could see the markings on her wrists. I actually seen some on her ankle too.
Hazlitt is due back in court next Tuesday on the 18th.
Okay. So when they tell you that this human trafficking is real, it's real, okay? This is happening, and it's not just happening in Kansas City. This is happening worldwide, where girls are coming up missing. And it's not just black girls. It's Hispanic girls. It's Native American girls. It's white girls, okay? Girls are coming up missing. Children are coming up missing. And it's scary because you just don't even know what to do. Even while I was over the weekend for Nevada Day, okay, and they were giving out the candy for the Halloween stuff, but it was Nevada Day celebration. A 3-year-old came missing at the Doolittle Center. So much stuff was going on there but you instantly saw when they announced that they were missing this baby, every parent turned and looked, trying to find this kid, and this kid was nowhere around. And it just kind of, it eared me because I can't keep eyes on my child 24 hours a day. I can try, but I can't. And no one can keep eyes on me 24 hours a day. It just takes me not being able to pay attention, trying to get my keys out of my purse on the way to the car, being a little, being a little unsober. Okay, and taking an Uber and don't know if the Uber person these things are scary. And I just ask you to pay attention to your babies and your daughters and stuff, and keep an eye on them. Make them check in with you. Check in with them. Go to these events that they're going to. Say you'll drop them off and pick them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to do this with our kids these days because this is too much. The girl said that he had killed her friend. She said there was 3 other girls still in the house, and he is only being charged for her. Pure bullshit. Okay? They saying that in this neighborhood, they believe that they have a serial killer, and they are not going to prosecute this man for nothing other than what is already going on. He can have other locations where people are. She said someone else died, and they are not even questioning where this body is. Keep an eye on you, people. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go into this Kyrie Irving suspension. I just want to say this about this. Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal, call in 702-551-5261. What jerks are you? Shaq, didn't you post this same documentary a couple of years ago? And then you want to call him a fool. And then you want to call him an idiot. Instead of saying, I don't have no comment. Period. So let's go ahead and go into this clip so you can hear what's going on with Kyrie.
This morning, NBA star Kyrie Irving benched in the wake of tweeting about an anti-Semitic film. The Brooklyn Nets suspending Irving for at least 5 games without pay after he refused to apologize for posting a link to a documentary that denies the Holocaust.
Those falsehoods are unfortunate, and it's not that I don't believe in the Holocaust. I never said that.
Irving deleted the tweet last week, but continued to defend his actions.
I didn't mean to cause any harm. I'm not the one that made the documentary.
He's also resisted demands to unequivocally denounce anti-Semitism.
For the record, do you have any anti-Semitic beliefs?
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
Late Wednesday, he and the Nets announced they would each donate $500,000 to anti-hate groups. But late yesterday, after once again refusing to apologize, the team finally had enough, saying Irving is unfit to be associated with the Brooklyn Nets. The Anti-Defamation League also speaking out, saying it will refuse Irving's $500,000 donation, tweeting, Kyrie Irving has been given ample opportunity to do the right thing, apologize, and condemn anti-Semitism. He has failed at almost every step along the way. The suspension is well-deserved. Then overnight, Irving backing down and apologizing, saying, I initially reacted out of emotion to being unjustly labeled anti-Semitic instead of focusing on the healing process of my Jewish brothers and sisters that were hurt from the hateful remarks made in the documentary.
Irving says he did not intend to disrespect Jewish culture.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here.
Okay. I love the way he words things. I don't believe he was talking to them. I think he was still talking to us when he said he apologizes for what this did to his Jewish brothers and sisters. Stand on your word, my king. Don't let them bend you. Okay? If anybody has ever heard of buck breaking, this is what they do. This is 2022 buck breaking. Buck breaking is when they used to take the slave. They'd take a slave, and this is the slave that tried to fight them back. This is the slave that was the most boisterous, that was more of a leader. And they would take him and they would fuck him in front of these people. They would take him and they would beat him and either kill him to show the rest of them to stay in line. Okay? And this is why we talk about the black woman being a protector. Okay? Because at that point, she had to use what she got to get what she wanted. If Master was raping her or whatever the case may be, she made him think that she loved him too. Right? So she could get in his ear and be able to say, I don't think he should do that to Big Joe. I think maybe he'd just do like a day in the hole or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You saw that Unchained. You're like, a day in the hole, where the little girl said it. Okay. She at that point had to be able to protect her sons, men, and her daughters and her. So this is what they do. They just did this to Kanye. And everybody can say what they want to. I really couldn't talk about it last time because we was out there with the candidates. But Kanye just got out of every contract he's been begging to get out of. Period. Take your little change and get the fuck from around me. And I will find me a new way. Kyrie just got dropped from Nike yesterday. I see Yeezys in the future if he end up coming back. Other people said he should go ahead and retire. Stand on your ground, King. Okay? They suspend you for 5 games. I'm not saying I would want my money. Okay? But if you got it, stand your ground. Tell them that. Once again, he was like, I can't be anti-Semitic if I know who I am. Period. Okay? Why should I have to apologize for me retweeting when Trump can retweet racist shit? Okay, he did get kicked off of there, but he's still doing it. Y'all ain't canceled him. Okay, you got a whole Ku Klux Klan group on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. They saying shit all the time. No cancellations. No nothing. But y'all keep messing with these dudes that's standing on their ground. I'm about to cuss again. It's important that we realize that they are not going to let us win. Okay? Stop looking for their approval. Stop looking for them to do anything that's going to make it better for us. It wasn't built for us. And when I say not built for us, this is what I want to say. This is how you build a nation. And I suggest leaders in the comments, tell me who you would put. I'm thinking about putting a panel together of black leaders to be able to talk about stuff that we need. Okay? The problem I have with that is when I think about certain black leaders, I think about them being problematic. I think about them being arrogant. I think about them being too big in the head to listen to other people, for them to be able to come to an agreement. And that's the problem. And that's the problem we've been had. So if you could put leaders in for these departments, because this is how you build a nation, who would you put in for agriculture, commerce, defense, education, energy, health and human services, homeland security, housing and urban development, justice, labor, state, transportation, treasury? The problem with this in our country is that we have no one in each one of these departments that is the face to the black community to be able to say, this is where we should go with this. I believe this would be best for my people. We don't have anyone that's in these departments that can say that they can identify with being broke. That understand coming from the bottom up, not just being at the top and trying to tell other people how to live their life that you never lived how they lived. Where are these leaders? Where are the people when I'm talking about commerce that I could say I could go to this person's page or platform and see what their agenda is and how they're going to be able to help the people, and going to give me a better understanding of these subjects that keep coming up. Where are these people? We have none because the black people they put in front of us be Uncle Toms, coons, bought. I can be bought. Give me some money. I can be bought. I'll say what you want. Not, is this best for my people? Not, I'm not going to stand for that because I have integrity, which is, Christian can tell you what integrity is and could tell you what integrity is from 2 years old. It is what you do when people are not looking and not around. Are you a good person when people are not around you? Do you make good decisions, or are you an evil person when nobody's looking and then all of a sudden grand risings? Okay. Are you a good person? It's some people out here that are amazing. Amazing people. And we don't have any of these people as our voice. We have none of these people who give a real care about the people. It's about their pocket and about their family. Shouts out to Monica and out there at her film festival. She is amazing. If you have not looked up Monica Hall, she is a film I say she about to break through. Okay, look her up, cast her, call her, get her to get on your films to help you. She's amazing. If you have not seen Bonet Hardin's artwork, you are missing out. She is the wave. She is the new thing. Okay, you need artwork like this in your home. She is also a influencer and also learning how to be a herbalist. Diddy, reach out to Bonet Hardin. Call in, Diddy, 702-551-5261. If y'all don't know, Diddy just became the highest paid black cannabis company in the world. Okay, Diddy, go ahead. Somebody tag Diddy. Okay, tell him to look up Bonet. She's going to help you develop your seeds and things, and to be able to push that towards young people, understanding that we're moving forward. Okay, talk to her. I want to jump on this Elon Musk situation with him firing his 4,000 employees. And I knew this was coming. Okay, this person has robots everywhere, and he's basically saying the reason why he's doing this because still on Twitter there's always shit on there that's not correct, and he wants that to be fixed. But he'd rather a robot do it with no emotion. So I don't know. Let's listen to the clip.
This was a move that was widely expected, as Twitter, the company known for its blue check marks, on Friday opted to instead hand out pink slips.
It's kind of hard to figure out what's going to happen next.
1 week after closing his $44 billion deal, Elon Musk began reshaping the company, beginning with layoffs, which he argues are needed to put Twitter on a healthy plan, as advertisers walk away.
Twitter's problem for the last 4 or 5 years has been its lack of ability to monetize.
Before layoffs were announced, offices from the US through Canada and London temporarily closed. Though almost immediately, a flood of tweets were posted from fired personnel, including Simon Balmain, an employee in the UK office.
Pretty much everything about this whole acquisition has been unprecedented, so expecting anything to go in any particular way.
The layoffs also sparked a lawsuit, arguing violation of employment laws, which require significant notice. So how could Twitter's layoffs impact something like the upcoming U.S. midterm elections? Well, experts say voters could be misled if there are fewer people doing content moderation, meaning misinformation and conspiracy theories could go unchecked.
Well, I think one of the issues is now you're going to have a situation where there's fewer controls in place.
That could make it easier for candidates to post lies or question the validity of results on Election Day, creating the, quote, hellscape Musk tried to avoid.
We are in the busiest free speech season. It's really that much more imperative that Musk keep some of those bulwarks there through his employees to ensure that the integrity of the site stays high.
That ship may have already sailed, with Twitter reportedly set to begin selling verification badges to anyone as soon as next week, with no actual verification that users are who they claim to be. Reggie Cicchini, Global News, Washington.
All right, thank you. Okay, so what do you guys think is going to happen? I want to hear your comments. 702-551-5261. I knew this was coming. I knew that he was going to find a way for machines to be able to take these people's jobs. And y'all push for it. Are you going to buy it or not? You should have been like, hell no. But no. And I don't know how I feel about it, because he's saying that the reason why he's doing this is to make sure that truth is being put on this website. He ain't lying. There's a lot of stuff that gets to creep through, and then a lot of stuff doesn't. And we're going to have rules. We're going to have rules altogether. I would hate for people to lose their job, okay, because it doesn't look like they're going to get him back. And, but I can't say that I didn't see this coming. So let's stay tuned to this and see what happens with that. I really feel like we should pull our advertising and pull our content from these websites when they decide that they don't want to listen to things that hurt and hinder us. But we don't. Okay, we go right back to these companies who screw over us after we didn't complain and everything else, and all of a sudden they go through ethic training, and then we back in full effect, giving them our money. This is the same thing that happens in government. Okay, I express that you are the money. Okay, you're the most important part of the government, and you don't even know it. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because if let's say that I live in an apartment building of 10 apartments. Okay, and the landlord does something unethical to me as a tenant. Okay, and in this apartment complex there are 5 black people and 5 white people. We just gonna use those as examples. All right, and when they do something to me, I decide, you know what, I'm not gonna stand for this. I'm not gonna keep giving my money to someone who doesn't respect me. I'm leaving. And I'm going to knock on all 4 of the other doors and say, hey, he did this. Okay? And they say, you know what? We ain't going to stand for it either. We're going to leave. Okay? You have just put that landlord in a bind because now he has to find 5 new tenants to be able to fill that void. If every black person in Nevada decided, you know what? This state doesn't give a about me. And I'm tired of paying their tax dollars. I'm tired of bringing my income of $150,000 to this community, because you go spend at least 80% of it and maybe keep 20% in the bank. But you are the economic move. If every person decided, I don't want to pay this goddamn country. I keep having to pay I tell y'all every time I reach in my purse and I pull out a receipt. Every receipt that I pull out has taxes on it. How much tax did I pay on this one? $26 of taxes. Okay? Now, if everybody that walked in that store paid $26 to that store that day, the government just made a killing. But we don't understand that we are the money. So if we decided as a community, I'm not staying here. I'm going to go to another city or state that actually gives a damn about me and give them my money. Then at that point, you're taking money out of their pocket and you're moving it. Now, not only are you important, but you're needed. And you're only important when you're needed. Okay? Right now, it's a surplus. So they can charge you whatever they want to charge you because everybody's here. And I'm not losing no sleep behind losing nobody. But instead of me losing one person, if I lost 10 people, if I lost 50 people, if I lost 100 people, if I lost thousands of people in a community, that community now has to figure out a way to get you back. And they have to lower their prices and figure out the things that you need and what's important to you to be able to entice you to come back to these communities. Same thing happens in government. With your vote, everybody's vote matters. Elon Musk's vote doesn't mean shit. Nothing more than my vote. Not one inkling more important than my vote, because he can only vote once, just like I can. Now, the difference is I don't have Elon Musk's money, so he can use his influence to be able to go and find more people to understand his point of view. When I have a platform, but what about someone that doesn't have a platform? What about somebody that's just a regular Joe Smo and he feels a certain type of way? The best way to keep people from harming you, the best way to keep people from keep cheating you, is to not let them do it. You don't give them your money. You don't spend time in their establishments if they don't mess with you. And you don't go back once they apologize. You find a new location that you can endorse. You find a new location that you can tell people about, that you can be able to invest in and make sure that business does well, because that business never hurt you. Stop going back to these businesses after they did shit and then turn back around like, well, I forgive them. I'm going back to H&M because, they got enough. They got some really cute kids' clothes, which they do. But I'll be damned if I spend my money there. I'm going to find me a black clothing designer, or I'm going to find me a different company to go to, because I'm not going to let you play me in my face. And we have to get to that point. Otherwise, this is going to keep happening to us. So I just want to say this. Hey, Black King. I was having a conversation with a Black King the other day. And in the conversation, I didn't like the wording that he was using, because he kept saying, they're using the black woman against the black man. They put y'all in the forefront so y'all don't want us and don't help us. That's not what's happening, my brother. This is what's happening. We are now starting to win, okay? And they are trying to separate us. But give your black woman more credit in the fact that she's fighting and she's winning. We are not trying to leave y'all. If you look at the facts and the stats, it tells you that black women marry black, okay? And when you have a black mother in a home, if you lose that black mother, you lose generations. You lose knowledge. You lose history. You lose tradition. You lose culture. Okay? Not to say that the black man is not there. King, listen to me. This is not checkers. This is chess, baby. Use your queen. Your queen is supposed to make the moves for you so you can come in and reign. You have fought long enough. This is what I want you to think. We are here for you. We are here to win for you. We work with you. You are our partner. We love you, okay? And at this point of them beating down on you and beating down on you, we are strong. We are smart. We are invincible. Invincible. We are black woman looking ass, okay? Let your queen win this game for you. Sit back and let her protect you. It's okay. You are a protector. We are not taking that from you. You are a provider. We are not taking that from you. You are the king. We are not taking that from you. But sometimes, okay, it is okay if you go throw a party and your lady calls the caterer, calls the venue, gets the food, get your tuxedo ready, get that taken over, okay? Get your kids ready, invite your friends. She done been to Kinko's, FedEx. She done got the invites out there. She done did it with e-invites. She done done all this stuff. All she really wants you to say is, when at the end of the day, this is your party. I can't take all the credit, my baby. Came in, you know what I'm saying? Of course, she held her king down. Of course she did. She gonna be like, yes, I had to do it, but my king, he funded this, and we love the bag, okay? We love the bag. And sometimes that's all you need to do. Sit back and enjoy it. Stop wanting to always fight. We want to fight with you. We are partners. Yes, you are the king. You are the head. I am the neck. Let me help you. And stop feeling like it's a battle between us. We are not in competition. Because the division between us is what they wanted. They wanted to divide the black family and keep us from being able to be together, because both of us are strong. You are strong, smart, the wave, creative, handsome. Everybody wants you, including white women and men. Okay? Shit. Black women, you are smart, you are intelligent, you are creative, you are the wave, you are doing things that were not able to be done because you know how to use what you got to get what you want. You are a queen. You are a king. That is a unity to make an empire. Stop thinking that we are against you. We are not. We are not trying to partner up with them to be able to go against you. We are protecting you in the best way that we know how. And sometimes it's not about strength. It's about being smart enough to be able to work smarter, not harder. Okay? So we love you, Black King. We need you to understand that it's important. Okay? So quickly, I'm going to go back over the fact that we have these questions on this ballot. The questions on the ballot start with number one question. The number one question is, and we shouldn't even have to fight for this, but to be able to invoke it into the Constitution. Let's go ahead and go into the clip.
Voters cast their ballots this November. They'll be asked to weigh in on several ballot questions. Question 1 would add language to the state constitution aimed at protecting equal rights for groups who have historically faced discrimination. For a century, advocates have been trying to add a federal equal rights amendment to the United States Constitution. But that effort has been in a holding pattern. The proposed federal amendment fell short of a 1982 deadline because it was not ratified by 3/4 of states.
Senate Junk Resolution 27 is not agreed to.
Now, some states are signing on late, giving the idea renewed attention.
Legislatures in Nevada, Illinois, and now Virginia appear to be giving the ERA new life.
While it's unclear if equal rights will ever be added to the federal constitution, in Nevada, question 1 asks voters if they want to enshrine them in the state constitution. The exact wording says equal rights should not be denied or...
Okay, so that gives you a gist of the fact of they want it to be able to be put into a constitution because a bill is only... it has a time limit, so it keeps you from being able to make sure that this is something that stays. A couple of years ago, 2007, in Atlanta, we marched from Morgan State. We marched from there because it was coming up that the bill was saying that black people, we were up in time to be able to vote. Okay, the next video was about. Well, the next clip talks about us having a minimum wage at $12 an hour. It keeps employers from being able to give you less than $12 an hour and still make you pay for your medical.
Glance. Question 2 on the ballot this November might not look like it does anything. By law, minimum wage in Nevada is already set to reach $12 an hour by 2024. But there are 2 notable changes that would go into effect if the measure passes. First, it would eliminate a $1 an hour discount in the minimum wage currently enjoyed by employers who provide health insurance. Second, it would make $12 an hour in 2024 a constitutional guarantee. Right now, minimum wage in Nevada is $10.50 an hour, but employers who provide insurance can pay as low as $9.50 an hour. Those rates are set to increase by 75 cents per year until 2024.
Okay, so I just want to point out the fact that even though they get a dollar discount, the employers get a dollar discount in being able to offer you your wages, you still have to pay for your medical, and that's not fair because today $12 can't get you a 10-piece at Wingstop. It doesn't happen like that. I can't go get anything right now. $12 will only get me from here to Henderson and not back. Okay, so $12 ain't shit, and this is time for us to be able to understand that people are having to learn how to live off of this little bit of ass money. The last question is on
a major overhaul of elections in Nevada is going before voters this November. But what is ranked choice voting? Currently, Nevada has closed primaries and what's called first past the post voting. A closed primary means that for big partisan races, only registered Democrats can choose which Democratic candidate they want in the general election. And only registered Republicans choose which Republican they want.
All right, quickly. So you guys can go look at these videos yourself, but this clip expresses that they want everybody to be able to vote and not just vote for just the Republicans or the Democrats. Quickly, if I was on an island for Survivor, I would do like they do and vote in me, which would be the top candidate, and then vote in all the losers. So I know I beat them. That's why this bill does not totally work, but it's up to you. I am voting yes on all 3 questions. I am also endorsing most of the Democratic candidates and Pat Spearman as North Las Vegas mayor. And the reason for that is because we need the seats. You can put the best player in the NBA on the worst team. If he doesn't have anybody to pass him the ball, he doesn't have anybody to be able to make sure that he can get fed, no one to pass it to, he's going to lose by himself. We need a team. I love you guys. If you see somebody out there grinding, let them know you see them shining. This is the Chisholm Report here on 10 a.m. at Hot 702.